tonight, I would like to take the opportunity to tell you why this event is so important to me. Many people often ask me this question, and of course, I have a very personal family history. My grandma was in the Second World War, and my grandfather as well was in the Second World War. So for me, it's a very personal night, and it's a privilege for me to be here. But doing this event for so many years, I have had the opportunity to meet so many wonderful, amazing people who I feel so privileged to know. And it is absolutely overwhelming to me, the choices that you made. I look at it and I say, from such a young age, you saw your selfless decision. You saw that it was important for people of my generation to take the actions that you did. And I always ask myself, did you realize how much it would change your own worlds? Did you realize that it would change how you related to people, who you loved, how you communicated with them, the way you saw the world, and how everything fell into your mind? And that, for me, is such an enormous sacrifice and something that completely transforms your whole world. And that's why I'm standing here, because it's just overwhelming, the selflessness that you chose. And thank you.
Great, thank you for having me.
Thanks for making the trip down to Dundas on such a miserable day. This is a special time of the year for you. Why is Remembrance Day so important? And do you have a personal connection?
I do, actually. My grandma is a World War II veteran, and her dad fought in the First World War and the Second World War, and he was actually wounded at Vimy Ridge. So we do have a really strong family connection, and that's something that I've grown up with my whole life. So
why do you think it's so important for others to take a moment to pause and reflect?
Well, personally, I really feel that the choices that we have today are because of the choices that so many people made so many years ago and presently. And I feel really fortunate to be able to choose my life as a singer, and that's only possible because other people choose to have lives as peacemakers or peacekeepers, and that's I just feel really, really strongly about that, and I'm so grateful to them for having that bravery and that courage to do that.
Now you're part of
performances for Remembrance Day or Christmas or Easter or any occasion that we could find, any excuse that we could find to sing, and it was amazing.
I think that's really a foundational goal, mission, passion for you.
Yeah.
Even this CD is tied to outreach, to helping others.
Oh, absolutely.
You partnered with food banks in this project.
Yes, for my concerts that I was doing to promote this CD, it was really important to me to not only make it a celebration just for one night, but hopefully for many, many more nights for other people, because it's just such a joy for me to be able to sing and be in front of an audience that I wanted to be able to combine that with a few other of my passions as well.
You know, one of those other passions is a real surprise. I'm going to say you're under 30.
Yes, that's quite true.
And you have a heart for veterans.
I do, absolutely. My grandma's a World War II veteran, and my grandfather as well. And it was something that we grew up with. And it was really important to me, and as we started doing concerts and performances, I started singing for Remembrance Day and meeting all of the veterans, and in the past few years we've been doing a huge celebration at Hamilton Place.
On Remembrance Day.
On Remembrance Day, and we have all of the veterans gather together, and it's wonderful because it's one place that they can all join together, because on Remembrance Day there's so many different ceremonies in different places, but this is just a celebration for them to be there. And
what fellowship for them to all gather in one place.
Absolutely, and it's so remarkable to me that these people have seen such sadness and tragedy, and yet they're the most kind-hearted and wonderful people, and it was astonishing at the fact that someone would take the time to listen to them. And for me, it just seemed so natural, and I didn't even realize that there could be anything different about it, because I
But you're
just
from a
assume that
generation
everyone
that's
else
so
has joined together to really be there with them as well, because, you know, that's crucial that they know that the support's there and that also people from younger generations aren't going to forget about them.
No greater love has any man than to lay down his life.
The voice of Steeltown, AM 900 CHML. We are Hamilton's news talk leader.
Weather and traffic on the 9s. Here's Sarena Paton.
Today, sunny and warm with a high temperature of 19 degrees. Tomorrow, more of the same, sunny and 17 degrees. For the weekend, cloudy with a chance of showers and continuing mild. The present temperature is 12 degrees, and with traffic, here's Lee Eckley.
All's good through.
And ask you, why is it that younger people tend in Canada not to be so committed to the election process?
I think sometimes it's less visible than it is in the States. I think in a way we have an opportunity to go out and vote and make our voices known, but sometimes the issues aren't presented the way that they need to be. And I also think it's really interesting when you listen about the campaigns, because so much of the time is devoted to talking about the other party's campaign rather than talking about what your personal issues are and what your focus is. And I think for some young people, you really need to just do it almost like a bullet form.
A missing Christmas for people.